8, and tonight our very super guest is Frida from ABBA. Does she like being called Frida from ABBA? We'll find out in just a moment or two. Of course, Frida's story and ABBA's story is well known, but tonight we'll be looking into the person behind the spotlight via her horoscope, which has been prepared once again by the Daily Star's wonderfully beautiful Anne Petri. How about that for an intro, Anne? Good afternoon.
Hello, Tony. Good evening, Tony. And of course, having had your own horoscope, you know how very good Frida's going to be.
Oh, yeah. Actually, according to your horoscope for me, I shouldn't have got out of bed today. But I
you're
did.
seeing this as a challenge.
Yes. And welcome, Frida. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's wonderful to see you in the United Kingdom. How long since you were here?
Oh, it wasn't that long. I was here in July.
Uh-huh. Were you on your own then, or with the rest of the group?
On my own. I was recording a promotion film for my album.
Right. The first question, Frida, do you believe in horoscopes? Do you believe in astrology?
I haven't taken very big part in this, you know. Maybe it's something, it could be, of course, but I can't say that I believe in it.
Well,
no.
let's see by the end of the program whether you change your mind. We had Ian Gillan in a couple of weeks ago, and he didn't believe. At the end of the program, he believed very much so. So let's start the program off with one of your all-time favourites, Frida. Which would you like to start the show with?
Why not Earth, Wind and Fire, Fantasy?
Right. One of the greatest people in the music world, Anna Fried from ABBA. And welcome to the United Kingdom, Frida. This time with a brand new album, Something's Going On, which is produced by our very own Phil Collins. How did that go? Was it a good session? Are you pleased with the end product?
Oh, yes, very pleased with it. He was a very good man working together with.
We'll be playing some of the tracks later, and we'll judge it ourselves. Now then, you're a Scorpio.
Yes.
Which means, she was born when?
Well, as you know, we're looking at the whole horoscope, not just the Scorpio bit, which is the sun sign, but Frida was born on November the 15th.
We won't mention the year, will we? We won't mention the year.
We can, because she's younger than I am, so that's fine. But with the sun in Scorpio, she does have a very determined nature and with a lot of optimism, but she has an ascendant, which is Libra, which is the gentle, retiring part of her, and she has the moon in Pisces, which is her emotional response to life, which again is imaginative, creative, very much not a pushy side to her, and she's an interesting mixture as a result. Okay. I wouldn't say at all that she is typical Scorpio in the terms that you mean it, in any way.
I would ask the question, are you an optimist?
Yes, I am, very much so. Yeah.
You don't have to be an optimist when you're as successful as you are, do you?
Oh, you see, she had to become successful, and I believe you started when you were 11, or was it 13?
Yes, 13.
Yes, so that's a very young age to have an ambition and to work very hard to get to a goal.
Listen,
that does show.
Well, you were born in Norway, weren't you?
Yes, I was born in Norway, yeah, but I moved to Sweden when I was 2 years old.
Right. So if you come from Norway, that's enough ambition for anyone, you know.
Thank you.
There's a lot of determination here. She's got tremendous creativity, which in any horoscope can go either way. You can either not use it and be very frustrated and rather bitter about it all, or you can use it and open up like a flower, which in fact you did, because you recognised it very early on. And I think most of it, when you were very young, as a teenager, it was you, rather than your parents pushing you. Would I be right on that?
Yeah, that's true.
It's you wanting to get up on the stage and to sing.
Yes.
And parents, being rather starstruck about show business, which so many are.
Yes, your parents had nothing to do with you coming into
They had nothing to do with it.
No, that shows very strongly indeed.
That's one point.
There's a lot of guts here.
Right. I wasn't trying to be rude about Norway when I was saying about ambition based on Norway, or indeed Sweden, but I do go up there quite a lot for Radio Luxembourg doing shows, and I do notice, so it's getting better, but you're very low on the amount of media up there for music.
That's true.
So let's explore, after you play this next record, how you became inspired to get in music when there's so little played up there in Norway. What's your next favourite track of all time?
And I want to choose Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight.
Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight on Star Chart from Radio Luxembourg with our guest, Frida, one of 4 people known as ABBA, who I heard, Frida, is it true that you have taken over for the Swedish government in terms of tax payments more than Volvo? Is that a legend that's not quite so true?
I really don't know.
Does it interest you, money?
Yes, of course. Because I have to take care of my money, so I have to be interested in it, you know.
Actually, money probably means freedom to you.
It does very much.
And
How did
ability
you know?
to travel, because I'm an astrologer and I work for the Daily Star. I mean, it does mean the fact that you can do many things.
Exactly.
Which you couldn't do
because
without.
when people ask me how I use my money, I say it gives me freedom, and because I want to travel a lot.
You have travelled a lot, haven't you?
Yes.
And broadened your horizons and met many different sorts of people.
True.
So you're a very curious lady, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so you like delving into the mysteries of life, besides finding out what makes people tick.
Yes.
You'd agree with
Yeah, I do.
We're getting very deep tonight, Anne. Very prolific.
This is very frightening.
Because I get a very strong intuitive feel from you. You're a lady that will feel that something's right rather than think it out in a logical way. And if it feels good to you, you'll probably do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. And there's a psychic ability here. A clairvoyant ability. If you ever want to develop it, I feel probably you haven't, but it's there if you ever do.
Well, let's go back now, Frida, to the time when you were a very young girl and your mum and dad had nothing to do with music. There wasn't much music coming out of the media in Norway or Sweden. What made you decide to become a singer?
As you mentioned, I was determined, so I couldn't stop myself.
How did it first begin? In school?
Yes, it started in school. I took part in, school choirs and things like that. And by 13, I started to sing in a dance band. So I started quite early.
You started touring with that band?
Yeah, not touring exactly. We played once a week, Saturdays.
The Folkets Parks.
Yeah, exactly. Places like that. Yes.
Right.
Yes, one thing that comes out very strongly here is that you needed the contact with other people. You needed the public feedback, which is very exciting for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I mean, you couldn't have been a bank clerk.
No, definitely not.
or retired to a monastery. You had to have that two-way link with other people, which otherwise would be very frustrating.
Yes.
In a moment, we'll find out what Frida possibly would have liked to have done had she not been a member of ABBA. But now, here's something from Frida's new album. The album's called Something's Going On. Which track is your favourite on this album, Frida?
Could you please play all of them?
At what speed? Well, we must have one particular...
Yeah. No, I have not, but of course I can choose one. I would like you to play the duet, He Will Stay.
So the track from Frida's new album, Something's Going On, the track was called Here Will Stay, which was penned by Tony Colton and Jean Roussel. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. One thing that's fascinating me about ABBA's success, I always felt that it was difficult for a group in Europe to become a success worldwide until they had a command of the English language, so the lyrics could be in English to break America and the United Kingdom. You did that very well. How soon in your own career did you realize the importance of using English?
Oh, it was first when I started to work with ABBA.
Right.
And Bjorn is the one who is writing the lyrics.
Right.
He has really improved because he studies a lot, he reads a lot of English poetry, poems,
Yes.
and also novels and things like that.
He's quite stupendous with his pen, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Does he continually amaze you, or has he continually amazed you with his writing over the years?
Yes, he has. Because I think he's kind of a poet himself.
Right.
In a way, yes.
He's got
Very
a
much
poet's
so.
soul, but then you're very good at writing too, aren't you?
Am I?
That's in your chart. And I don't know whether you've actually taken this to its fulfillment yet. It's something that you might come into far more, I feel, in the future, although you're aware of it.
I'm very aware of it, yes. But I haven't done it too much.
Tony did mention a little bit earlier that you could have gone into various other areas instead of singing. And if I may suggest a couple that you might have been interested in if you hadn't gone into a singing career, and that is looking after other people, because you've got a very strong sense of injustice. When you see an injustice, like small children being deprived or hurt or battered, then you'll be very shocked by that, and you'll want to get up and you'll actually probably do something about it. Would that be true?
Yeah, it would be true.
Yes, because you wouldn't sit by and ignore
watch it.
it,
No,
or
I
just
wouldn't.
say, oh God, how terrible, like so many people. You'd actually get up and write letters or fundraise or something.
Sure,
Yes.
you're right again.
But then, Frida, I don't know whether Anne realizes this. In Sweden now, there's a law. If you hit your child, they can take you to court. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
very
let's hope
good.
they're old enough
So-
to do it.
So the whole country is very much into that.
Far
kind
more
of thing.
advanced than we are in that way.
Yeah.
It's, I know you've got children of your own, like
Yes,
I have, and it's anything to do with children is most heartbreaking of all.
Exactly.
I think. But certainly that side of you is extremely strong, and you could have gone into any of the sort of social services, or, you know, been a banner raiser. But I think you do with Amnesty International, don't
Yes,
you?
that's
You
true.
do that too, which is, I think, marvellous.
Right. I think it'd be marvellous also, Frida, if you chose another all-time favourite, anything you like. It's your show.
Yes, why don't you play then maybe one song from Anna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want you to pick your all-time favourite ABBA track.
Yeah.
And afterwards, tell me why it is.
And that will be The Winner Takes It All.
The winner takes it all. And that is Frida's all-time favourite ABBA track. Why?
I think the lyrics in this specific song is absolutely stunning. And the way Agneta sings it with so much emotion. I think it's one of the best ABBA songs.
There's not much competition between you and Agneta on stage in terms of lyrics.
All the time,
Yeah?
yes. Actually, we hated each other.
Seriously?
No, not at all. Maybe it was from the very beginning, but it's not anymore. You know, we have been working together for 10 years now, and we try to instead to help each other.
Do you have a set role that each of you play within the group in terms of the harmonies, or do you change roles from time to time?
Yes, we change all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So when there's a really great song and you want to play a certain role and she does, how do you decide? Do you leave it to Benny and Bjorn?
Yes, we do, because we decided many years ago that they had to choose who to sing the song, you know.
Right. Right.
Because it was quite hard for Agneta and me to decide ourselves.
Right.
This shows also in the character, because you're very warm and sympathetic to friends, but you're also warm and sympathetic to enemies.
To animals.
Yes, should you have any, but this is, you get on with most people, don't you? You have a knack of getting on with them.
Yeah, I think so, yes.
And you certainly wouldn't antagonise other people,
No.
particularly in that situation.
How after all these years, Frida, is your relationship with Benny these days? Is it still a very friendly relationship?
Oh, yes, I have a very good relationship with him. You know, when we split up, we didn't have any arguments. We decided that this was the best thing to do. And obviously he met another woman and fell in love with her, so it was nothing much to do more than split up. But we felt very strongly that, I mean, this doesn't happen over one night.
Sure.
So we had felt that we were slowly growing apart for maybe 2 years or something like that. So it was a very good decision that we made, and we still remain friends, you know.
That's
The
the most important thing of all.
And the working situation is perfect. It's even better now than it was before.
He met another woman. Have you met another man yet?
I won't tell you.
Go on.
Well, I will tell you.
I will tell you.
I will tell you about next year, because then you can always come back and say whether I was right or not. I will give you February or May as very marriageable times. It's a little while off, so you've got to rather think of it.
The trouble is with these superstars, Anne, is that she may well have gone to Vegas last week and got married, and she's just not telling us.
No, I would know,
that's
and
not
she
true.
hasn't.
No.
No, we'll agree on it. See, Freda's got a very yielding, sympathetic nature, but at the same time, she needs a partner that's very strong, spiritually strong, someone who's got a mission in life and who isn't actually, you know, just around.
Right, is that true? Come on. I mean...
Someone with a lot of integrity and honesty, I would say.
Yes.
And, you know, those sort of people don't come up every 2 minutes.
No,
do
that's
they?
true.
Is that the kind of guy you like?
Exactly, it's the kind of guy I like.
You don't
And
like
that makes it very difficult, you know.
flash guys who, you know, between
She'd
like...
see straight through them, wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
You don't
And
like...
that makes it very difficult, you know.
You don't like...
do know.
You don't like guys about 5'4" with dark brown hair and blue eyes, do you?
Some of them,
What's your
yes.
record, Tony Prince?
All right. I'll tell you what we'll do, Frida. We'll play another track off your lovely new album, Something's Going On.